Alright. Hey everybody, so obviously this is me and this is really soon getting close. But anyway, so I guess this is going to be my weekly update thing. I'm probably not going to edit any of this out because I've never edited videos, so you're going to help me do that. It's really weird watching myself on the screen now. Anyway, for what's been new with me lately, I guess, since graduating I took up my painting again. The first thing I painted since then was this. Kind of depressing. Fits my preferences when it comes to painting. And then recently, for Valentine's Day, I decided I was going to do a painting for Rob. I'm going to show you my failed attempt and then my successful one. So first, I just want to let you know what I first did that you can't tell in this painting is I did like a red outline in wax of a heart. Like dripped wax, so it was all drippy. It's one of the crayon painting things that's been popular lately. So here's my failed attempt. Ta-da! It's all melty, has like orange, red, purple, and blues in there, and all that kind of good stuff, pink. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that because I'm mouse. Get off that mouse! I'll fucking kill you. Not really. I love my kitties. I just get very impatient. Anyway, I need to figure out what to do with that. Some ulterior fixing to make it something different. But the successful attempt is here. Where's the camera? Aha! So I pretty much melted down like the greens and blue and had the red drippy heart afterwards. Ha! Successful. Let's see. What else? I know Sonia was asking what I'd done to like get fit and that kind of stuff. So I guess I'll just vaguely address that, and you guys can ask questions and be like blah 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 later, and I'll answer comments to the video and such and so on. But for that, essentially, I just started running gradually, and then I started adding yoga and blah blah blah. So now I run like 4 to 6 miles every morning, and do every other day like an hour of yoga at least. But I'm probably going to shake that up because I'm kind of hitting a plateau. So I think it's partially because my body's just gotten used to the activity it's doing and everything. So I'm actually going to start doing some like Stairmaster things. I don't know. I found some like suggested like PDF like workout routines on a Stairmaster thing that I tend to do. I should really be lifting weights, but I lack direction. So, what else is new? I'm in 2 D&D groups now. So, the one that I do with Rob is a Kingmaster game. And it's like 3.5 or 3.75 edition D&D. And essentially, we are building a kingdom and stuff and so on. Anyway, my character is a cavalier named Vivian, who is based off of a character, Veronica, from Better Off Ted. Better Off Ted is a good show, so if you haven't seen it, you should. It's quirky and hilarious, and Vivian is like a CEO type character in the game. She's hilariously deadpan, I would say. And the season isn't playing anymore. I don't know if it's on, I think it's on Netflix, I'm not 100%. But it's hilarious. There's only like 2 or 3 seasons, not very long. But it's a good time. Anyway, so that's what my character is. She's cavalier, and there's a lot of innuendos and jokes between her and her horse. Because I mentioned, like, the first game that, like, oh, my character's, like, snuggling up next to her horse because cavaliers love their horses. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, of course, snuggling up with her horse. And I was like, awesome. So, but it's hilarious now that, like, because I'm also the queen or king of our kingdom. So, instead of, like, actually getting, like, someone for my character to hook up with, it's just kind of assumed that it's my horse. So that's that. Rob's playing in it, and he is like a weird alien dude who is like, I think he's a mage. He's some sort of caster anyway. And honestly, over half of the kingdom is named after him because he was the one recording everything. For, like, in the game, his character was recording everything, so everything's like named after him. Which is hilarious because there's one guy in our game who takes things way too seriously. He's hypothetically related to my character, so he's like, it should all be named after our family, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't care. But so he's a caster, and like I said, he's like an alien guy, and he was banished or something because he blew something up or something. He's like a pyromaniac type thing. Apparently, he has like antennae that's supposed to make him able to like read minds and stuff, but he's blown them off so many times that he can't do that anymore. So his character is quirky and hilarious too. Like, we killed, I forget what they're called. They were like tiny little like goblin type things. But one of them was purple. And he wasn't really, he was like originally a gnome or something, and he hates these guys. Actually, it might be up on our map. I'm going to show you the map too. Field trip. Cobalt. It was a purple cobalt, and so now he has like these purple cobalt skin short shorts that his character wears. He wears that and like a random green cape, and that's it. Which is an improvement because his character used to run around naked. Yay! Anyway, here's our map of our kingdom. Da-da-da! You can see there are some post notes on there. It used to be completely covered with post notes. And what got uncovered is everything we've explored and everything. And you can't really tell because this camera is crap. But the squares are actually part of our kingdom. Like literally, like we've taken them over and developed them. Are outlined in blue. And actually, the kobolds, they're in their own group that we have an alliance with. They have like their stuff is outlined specially. So that's my game that I play with Rob. The other game I play is with my brother, and we do a variety of things. We've played old school D6 Star Wars, which is what I was playing around the time of Nancy's wedding, which was hilariously awesome that was around the same time. If you guys don't remember, I was playing Twi'lek, who... She ran around with a dagger, and she stabbed a couple people a lot. She had a gambling problem, and so she actually gambled herself into slavery. Anyway, the way the game ended was we successfully got the plans of the Death Star over to the Rebellion. Yay, we started the Rebellion. And then after going all of our separate ways, my character actually had bought back her freedom and everything. It was all hunky-dory until she cheated the wrong person and got killed. I'm sorry, I love the ending to my character because I'm not like she rode happily into the sunset or helped the rebellion or helped the Empire for money like some of the other characters. Instead, it's just like, and she went back to her old shit and died. Didn't learn anything. Anyway, so we play a lot of different games. Another kind of game we play, which is really easy for us to roll up on the fly, is Apocalypse World, or knockoffs of that game there. Anyway, Apocalypse World is a D6 game, and basically you have like 5 different attributes, and you always roll 2d6. That's it. The addition is dependent on your stats, and that's it. It's like, the stats are like hard for anything like physical or stuff like that you do. There's cool for anything you're doing like under pressure and you have to think through it. There's hot if it depends on how attractive you are and that kind of persuasiveness. There's weird because it's the apocalypse and like weird shit has happened. Like you can open your mind into like the supernatural universe and see things, and sometimes it fucks you up. And there's also sharp. Like those are the attributes generally. And depending on what you're doing, you roll 2d6 plus one of those. And there are various kinds of characters. I'm sure you guys can Google it and see awesome stuff about that. A variation on the game that I like to play that we most recently played is a Mass Effect version. And I love this because the character I play with it is named Vincor, and she is a Volus and an engineer. And she is... Okay. The big joke is, okay, I made her and I was like, she's like a gun distributor and that kind of stuff. It's awesome. But the first time I played her, like, things on the ship and everything just kept breaking and breaking. And they're like, who made this? They're like, it's Vincor. And I'm like, it's not a firearm. Those are not guaranteed to work. So, and this leaked over into other games that we played. But if anything breaks whenever we're playing a game, they're like, this is a Vincor bastard sword or something. That's why it fell apart. I don't know. But weird crap like that. Like, it's not even slightly applicable. But they're like, it was Vincor. Anyway, so I love playing that character. It's absolutely hilarious. Not very combat friendly because it's a Volus. Anyway, so you guys who have not played Mass Effect, you should. And B, a Volus is pretty much kind of like a fat little creature that lives its life inside of like an environmental suit because it can't survive in our kind of atmosphere. So if you watch the game, like if you like Google Volus, you'll see it and you'll be like, yeah, that is not made for combat. At least not combat with like other species like humans and that kind of jazz. Anyway, so like we play a lot of random games like that. We just started a new 4E, like 4th edition D&D game in there. Okay, this is a fun game. So it takes place in a town called Docile. But we were kind of drunk and stuff while we were playing, so things got interesting. We decided that no one pronounces anything the same in this town. So there's docile, 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 every variation you can think of that word. Someone says it that way. And the bar is called like the Sleeping Lemur. The hospital is the Wounded Lemur. I forget what the inn is called. It is something lemur. The mayor is Lemur. And so we, like, first the bar was made, and then we just, like, jumped off on lemur from there on out for the rest of the night. Oh, yeah, the church is Christ the Redeemer. There's a little bit of an obsession. And we also decided that in the town there was a bill going through to rename Docile, Lemuria. And there are various pronunciations and spellings, and that's why it has not gotten through yet, because no one can agree on how to spell Lemuria at all. So it's kind of a quirky game. Anyway, our characters are brought together because we're like trying to get together this drug deal, distributing this drug called, well, wait for it, guess what word is involved? It's called lemur tail. And it's kind of like speed is what we decided. Pretty much if one of us takes it, we roll a d20, and odd or even decides if we get +5 to all rolls or -5 to all rolls. And every time you take it, like you take it once, it's of course 50-50. Second time you take it, one of the even dice gives you a -5 now. And it just adds up from there. So third time, it's 2 of the even numbers give you a negative. So as you get more and more used to it, you're less and less likely to get the positive results. I think our GM did that to make it so we didn't always try and take the drug and take a 50-50 shot. I don't blame him, because it really screwed the game over when we did that. Well, we didn't do that. One of our characters got high in the first combat situation. He had +5 to all of his rolls, which for level 1 characters is a lot. So he was like murder facing everyone. It was great. Anyway, so we all got pulled together for this like drug deal in the game, and then like our contact was the sheriff of the town, who's apparently a dirty cop, but no one really likes him anyway. He's a dick. And, he was telling us the details, being like, oh, you guys better not screw up, blah, 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 blah. And then the mistake he made was to tell us that the deal is for 400,000 gold, and he was taking 300,000 of it. We decided we didn't like the middleman, so we killed him. So we killed the sheriff. Go us. And right afterwards, there was like a big thud in town, or some disturbance that we could tell. Like, everything shook for a moment. And then the deputy came in. He was like, is that the dead sheriff? And then one of the people in our crew dragged him off and ended up locking him into the blacksmith's place, like in a small little room. Like, he's like, another caster that does a lot of fire. Wow. Anyway, so he like threw him in a room and then like burned blocks so that it melded all together. I think it's fun. But anyway, when we got out of the basement of the bar, of the Sleeping Lemur, where we were talking about the deal with the sheriff, we realized that there was a lot of chaos going on. There was a festival at the time, which helped us stay low. But a dome had gotten dropped on the city. Well, town is a lot more accurate. Anyway, I had destroyed a couple buildings, namely, I guess it was called the Guard Shack, but, like, it had convicts in there and cells and things like that for them, and had gotten those guys loose. And one of the guys in our party had pissed off one of the guys by ripping off half his face. That was the barbarian of the group. So we fought off these bandits and killed them, and then like this crazy strong person came up. Like, we rolled a 25 to hit and it did not hit. Crazy strong. And this person, I don't know if they were like a caster or something, it seemed like they were, but he was all like blah blah blah, judgment is near, and then disappeared, and we were like, awesome, that's good to know. And so now we're sitting there, we're like, okay, we're trapped inside a dome. We can't get out of this small-ass town. And we're supposed to be distributing these drugs for 400,000? Awesome. So what I actually need to do is email our GM and other players and everything and be all like, my character and, you know, the character who dragged off the deputy and locked him in the locksmith's place. I need to email everyone and be like, hey, we're going to go down through the mines and see if this barrier goes all the way down through the earth. If not, then we found our way out. We're going to dig. But, so that's my next step on that. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. This probably won't get posted until after or on Valentine's Day, but anyway, so happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Yay! I'm really excited because, at least right now, my plan is to make a giant feast of Chinese food for Rob. I'm going to make egg rolls and General Tso's chicken, and I'm going to attempt making soup dumplings. If you guys haven't had this, it is delicious. They're pretty much like regular dumplings. They're just steamed, but they have broth inside them. Oh my goodness, it's delicious. You pretty much, what you should do when you eat them is you buy a little hole and then you suck out all of the broth and then you eat it. Oh my goodness, it's good. You guys really need to try it if you can. I don't know where you can get them, like in like Missouri or Kansas area. I had it because Rob and I went to New York for his birthday to watch the Blues game and stuff, and we were like running around New York doing crazy stuff. And we stopped off at a Chinese place. I think it was like Joe's Shanghai or something. It sounds really sketchy, but it was really authentic. And they had these soup dumplings, and we got like 3 orders of them. They were delicious. They were awesome. I loved it. So anyway, I'm going to attempt to make those tomorrow evening. So I'm pretty much going to be like cooking Chinese food like for a long time. And then it's going to be a ton of food. And I repeat, a ton of food. Because Oh my, like, we will not eat half of it. Like, it's going to be hilariously awesome. I'm going to need to run by Rob while we're making, and he just got home, as you could hear. And he probably is not sure what exactly I'm doing, but whatever.
Making your video blog. We discussed this already.
Okay, we discussed it already, and he remembered. Yay!
I'm not that drunk. It's only like 6 beers.
Last and final random update since I have passed the 20-minute mark. Hooray. Longest video thus far.
Just close the video. Nobody cares at this point. They're tired of watching you.
Final update is Rob and I are randomly looking at houses. I don't know if we're going to...
Not even an update. You shouldn't tell them things that aren't meaning anything.
I like telling them things. Because I don't talk to them ever, unlike... Yeah, everybody. I don't talk to anybody, really, unfortunately. But we just started really randomly looking at houses, like super cheap ones, but they're still pretty decent ones for really cheap out there. Anyway, since it's been like 20 minutes, I don't want to completely talk everyone's ear off. That's all I got. If you want any updates on anything in particular, leave a comment and I'll address it ideally next week. And I'll look forward to all of your videos. See ya.